Metals and indices traded with a modest bullish bias so far for the day. We have seen a muted movement across indices, be it the S&P, Nasdaq, or Dow. While we can see a little bullishness here in gold and silver, but it's still struggling to break past the resistance. While the oil was the one which is traded with a slight bearish bias as we have predicted so far, and gas is stayed muted. Now, what to expect with the US session? And before the US session, the most important part is the inflation news coming in from US, where it is going to take the markets, what to expect, where to enter, where to exit, how to profit. Everything we're going to see with the help of charts and indicators. First, we look into gold and silver, followed with crude oil, then net gas, and in the end, the S&P, Nasdaq, and Dow Jones precisely in the same sequence. And yes, the chapters are also included in the video. You can skip to your favorite instrument directly. Let's start. Now see, gold on the hourly charts, you can find out it is trading in the zone here. It is staying in the box. It has to break below 2458, 2454 zone in order to confirm further bearishness. What is happening here on the upside? See, it has achieved higher highs, and you can see it is still largely staying in the zone. It can give a breakout as well. As we can see, price is taking support from the 20-50 period moving average. But on the upside, largely you can see there is a greater resistance available at 24, 74, 76 zone. So that is a zone we have to be careful of. Also a flat top, and this is the first candle. If it closes in red, second candle might remain in red, and then it can start with the down move. We have to be watchful. A stochastic coming up from the top, while look at MACD crossing over here. It is showing slight bullishness because this is a bullish crossover here on the early charts. RSI looking down, suggestive of slight bearishness. Coming to 2-hour chart, likewise on the 2-hour charts, see, just look at the movement here. Rise, retracement, waited for the moving average to climb up. It has stayed in the box. Then the second bullish breakout, and it is waited for the moving average to come up. It is again taking the support. So yes, it can give a breakout on the upside. Once it stays about 2480-85, you should not be thinking of a reversal in gold. It is going to break past 2500. If it breaks beyond 2480-85 zone, then and then only. Right now it is getting a resistance here. We have to be careful at around these levels. Moving averages are bullish, stochastic rising. See, the MACD here is still trading into the bearish side. We can see it is trading with a crossover on a sell side. RSI looking downwards, slight bearishness here as well. Coming to 3. Now look at 3-hour charts. Rise, retracement, 24, 58, 60, very good support. Then the rise, lower highs, retracement, lower lows here. Again a rise, and see, this is the third time it is attempting to break past by this zone, but I can see a very strong resistance here on the upside. Now, next thing here is you have to wait for it to break below at least 2464 zone. That is the point of time you can take a sell entry. If it breaks below 2466-64 zone, we can look forward to 2460-58 and then 2454. Any drop below 2454 is a sign of reversal here. Else what is happening here? See, higher lows, it could reverse and give a stronger breakout. Be watchful of this. Stochastic rising, MACD is still bearish. This is a concerning point because see, the crossover here is on sell side, and this is coming after a good retracement. See what has happened here after the crossover, a good sell, after a crossover, a good drop, and again it has crossed over. So yes, it can show you a good drop. RSI coming out of the overbought zone here. Coming to 4 hour, likewise on the 4-hour chart, see stronger rise, retracement, rise, retracement, rise. Third attempt to break beyond 2480, failing to do so. Also right now I will not treat this as bearish as long as 2464, 66.5 is not taken, 2458, 54 is not taken. Below 2454 is where you can say that the bears will take over, and then you can look forward to a stronger drop. As the moment right now, rise, retracement, and it is waiting for a breakout. The breakout here could take it towards 2500 levels. Stochastic rising, MACD is trying to converge. It is not yet crossed over. RSI is at top. Coming to daily, and before we look into daily charts, if you want to learn this art of trading, join my mentorship batch. And if you just want to trade as per the signals, be a part of my signals channel on Telegram. We trade diverse instruments including indices, commodities, and yes, you can capture hundreds of pips and points in a single day. Do not miss this opportunity. Join the signals channel. And those who had asked me to recommend a broker, the recommended broker link is also there in the channel and video description. It offers you a swap-free account with lowest spreads and no hidden charges. Do join this. Now look at the daily chart. See, after the rise, it is just staying in the box. It has to come out of this box, which means it has to break out beyond 2480-85, which should be a confirmation because that is the all-time high levels here. And beyond this, we are looking forward to a record run towards 2500 levels. Yes, there is one possibility, but right now, till the time it stays below 2480-85, you should not be treating gold as bullish. See what has happened here, higher highs, lower lows. Median here is at 66-68 zone. So now once it stays below 24-66.5, 24-64 zone, you can take a selling entry. You can expect it to move towards 24-58-60, 24-54. And once it drops below 24-54, a stronger drop can be expected, which can take the prices towards 24-30, 24-20, and in fact lower levels. See, look at the moment rise, retracement rise. It could retrace. Possibility of a reversal exists. The stochastic overbought. MACD rising after the crossover, looking upwards. This is one concerning point, as after double bottom it is looking upwards. RSI is also rising. Considering this, very simple, I will recommend you to buy here at 2480 levels, expect 2484, and this is going to be extremely strong resistance zone. Beyond 2484-85, we can in fact directly look towards 2491.5, 2500 levels. Possibly it can show you swings as well, and thus on the downside a selling entry at 2464 can be taken. Expect 2460-58 as the first target, 2454 as below 2454 we can look forward to 2448-44, and then 2440. If 2440 is taken today, just stay short. We will look forward to 2432, 2420, and in fact 2400 levels are also possible. The data will decide the direction, and negative data will impact the sentiments strongly, and then gold can slump extremely. Take your positions accordingly. Now let's have a look at silver on the early chart, striking at the doors of $28 levels, getting a pushback here. We have to wait for it to break beyond 28-28-20. Again and again I am highlighting this fact, because once it breaks beyond 28-28-20, we are looking forward to 28-40-50, and in fact 28-80, $29 levels. For the week, for the month, again this mark this level 29.50. As long as silver stays below 29.50, you should not be treating this as bullish. The higher it goes, the higher we can take a selling entry. Now look at the hourly charts here. See, higher lows, higher highs are seen. It has to break now below 27.80. When you see the higher price below 27.80, you can take a selling entry. But then also 27.60 is a very good support. 27.60 and 50, it needs to break, and then 27.20 it needs to break. These two levels, if it breaks, then you can say now silver has turned bearish. Else it is still not bearish. Stochastic at top. MACD has crossed over here for the buys, looking upwards. RSI is also at top here, looking downwards right now, suggestive of slight bearishness. Coming to 2-hour charts, if you look at 2-hour charts, see rise, retracement. Sitting at the 20-50 period moving average, rise, retracement. Again sitting at the 20-50 period moving average. Thus this zone is clear. Also look at the bottom here. See, a flat base is seen despite couple of bigger drops. It is none of the candles close below 27.65. It is very, very important for silver to drop below this zone, specifically 27.60 and 50. If it drops below this, it is not going to come back. Stochastic rising. MACD is also trying to cross over. It is not yet crossed over. RSI is flat. Coming to 3-hour. On the 3-hour chart, similar observation. See, striking on the doors of $28 levels, getting a very strong resistance. Prices are getting a push here on from the upside. Now it is looking downwards, but it is very, very important for silver to break below 27.60-50 zone. In fact, you can take a selling entry when you see the higher price below 27.80. You can take a selling entry, but this is to be with caution. 27.70, 60, 50, 40 till 27.40. I will not say that silver is turning bearish. Below 27.40 is where the bears will take over completely, and then we will look forward to a stronger fall. See, on the 3-hour charts, moving averages crossing over here is a sign of bullishness. Stochastic rising, MACD almost flat, RSI almost flat. Coming to 4-hour. Now look at 4-hour charts closely. Drop, retracement, drop, retracement, drop, retracement. Yes, it is trading bearish. Remember this fact. It is, see, the drop was vertical, the rise is gradual. It is trading in this retracement channel where higher lows, higher highs are seen. Thus, any drop below 27.40, 27.20 is a sign that we will look forward to a round of crash, which can in fact take the prices towards 26.50 and $26 levels. Stochastic rising here. MACD is also rising. RSI is flat. Coming to daily. Now look at the daily chart. See, first of all, look at the move towards the 20 period moving average, getting it a resistance here. It was trading with divergence here, and then now it is seen getting a resistance at around this zone. See, very strong resistance is observed at around 28-28-20, and thus for the day, as long as 28-28-20 zone is not taken, we should not be thinking of a buying entry in silver. We have to be cautious there. On the downside, see, once it breaks beyond this zone at 27.40 and 27.20, you can say now silver is turning bearish. stochastic overbought. See, another thing to note here on silver is drop, retracement, drop, and see it is crossing over here at the bottom, and it appears there is a lot much of upside available. RSI is also rising here. So considering this, once you see silver today trading about 2805 levels, when you see the lower price about 2805, you can take a buying entry, expect 2825, 2850. Once it stays beyond 2850, it is not going to come back. We are looking forward to $29 levels. 29, 29.20 is going to be greatest resistance zone for silver, even if it rises. On the downside, a selling entry, yes, you can take here at 2780 levels, but you have to put a 10 cents trailing here. 10 cents means 2770, 60, 50, 40. Very, very good support till silver respects 2740. Below that, 2720, and below that, we are looking forward to a stronger correction, which can in fact take it towards 2680, 2650 levels. Take your trades accordingly. Now let's have a look at crude. Look at the formation in oil. See double top here. I have mentioned why 78.6, 79.2 is the greater resistance. You can see price is reversing from this zone, drop. Then there is a retracement. Today it has respected 78, and then now again a drop here. So yes, it is trading with bearishness, drop, retracement, drop. Now it is important for it to trade below 76.5, which is going to be a very good support. 76.5, 76.3 zone. Once it stays below this, you can say now we are looking forward to the next strongest support at 76 and 75.7. As long as it respects this zone, we should not be treating oil as bearish here. But looking at this movement here, where the top is clearly defined at 77.8, with that as resistance, we have seen a sharper correction. So now on the upside, as long as now 78 is not taken, we have to be careful with the buys as well. The stochastic looking down, MACD trading bearish, and RSI has dropped. Coming to 2 hour, look at the 2 hour charts. What has happened here? See, it has breached this bullish channel yesterday, and since then it is trading bearish. Despite the retracement, we have seen it now reversing. So once you see it is staying below the zone at 76.7, when you see the higher price below 76.7, take a selling entry for 76.3, 75.8, and in fact lower levels are possible, which can take the prices towards 75.5, 75.2. Though I can see that the bearishness getting diminished here. Thus at 75.5, 76.3, 76, 75.8, you have to be careful here. This is going to be a very good support. A stochastic dropped, MACD has crossed over, trading with divergence, staying bearish. RSI has dropped. Coming to 3 hour, look at 3 hour chart. See, important thing to note here is the flat top. It has shown a drop, flat top, retracement, and then it is now looking downwards. Now on the downside, another thing to note here is it is getting a very, very good support here. So yes, you can sell here at 76.7, but then 76.5, 76.32, and then 75.8. See, this is the double bottom levels, and oil need to break this zone in order to confirm the bearishness here. We have to wait. Right now, I can see despite it being bearish, I do not see the bearish momentum that is strong, that it breaks below 75.7, 75.8. But yes, there is a down move which is still available. The stochastic looking down. Why it is can drop here? Look at the crossover. Look at the divergence. This is certainly a bearish sign. And yes, this is coming after a stronger rise. So it can continue here on the downside. RSI has dropped as well. Coming to 4. Now, see on the 4 hour charts, this is why this zone is important. I have mentioned this, that this is an expanding triangle. This is a reversal, and this is going to get a maximum resistance here. Now, so far it has got the resistance. So far, the prices are traded bearish. But remember, the crossover here in the moving averages is definitely a good sign for the bulls. So what it is trying to do after the rise here, it is retracing. It can stay in this zone for a while, move towards 75 till tomorrow or maybe next week, and then rise again next week. This one probability you should not ignore. The stochastic at bottom. See on the 4 hour charts, the MACD has crossed over. This is again a bearish sign, and this is coming after a stronger bullish run here. So a possible retracement on the downside cannot be denied. RSI coming out of the overbought zone. Coming to day, and before we look into a daily chart, see another point to note here is the support it is getting from the 20 period, which is also very strong support. Now look at the daily charts. What has happened? Lower highs were seen yesterday. Today it is already delivered lower lows, and now it is getting the support from the 20 period here. Now this zone is definitely critical for oil to break below. Any drop below 76 and 75.7 is where you can say that now it is turning bearish, else it is still not bearish here. There is a possibility of a retracement from the current levels. Yes, the rise, and it appears that it at best it can erase the gains from this candle. So it appears that at best it could try to move towards 76, 75.7. and then a possible bounce back can be expected. The stochastic dropping from the overbought, but look at MACD, it has crossed over here, and this is a good sign that there is further bullishness available. It is delivering good waves, drop, retracement, drop, it could retrace towards the highs. RSI is comfortable. Considering a buying entry now in crude oil is above 77.8 levels, where you can expect 78.2, 78.6. And only if it stays beyond 78.6 and 79.2 zone, you can say that it is reversed and a rise can be expected. Else it is trading bearish for the day. We can see a little retracement on the downside. And thus selling entries at 76.7, where you can expect 76.3, 76.4 first target, 76 the second, and then 75.7, 75.8. As long as it stays above this, the chances of a reversal will be very, very high. Below 75.7, the chances of price is moving towards 75.2 and 75 will be there. Take your positions accordingly. I do not see such a sharp dump, but yes, a little retracement can be expected. Now let's have a look at natural. Now see natural gas today again. See, it has bridged the gap which is shown in the beginning of the week towards 2.24, 2.23, and now after bridging the gap and finding the support from 2 to 2.22, now it is looking upwards and trying to rise. Important is for it to stay about 2.26. So once you see the lower price about 2.26, initiate a buying entry for 2.28, 2.3. And once it stays above 2.3, consider this as reversal. See, on the hourly charts, though the moving averages have crossed over, but prices is now trading above moving average. That is a good sign for the bulls. Stochastic is rising. Look at the MACD after sitting at the bottom, now looking upwards. It could reverse. RSI is rising. Coming to 2 hour, what has happened on the 2-hour charts? We have seen a stronger bottom here, a reversal sign here, and now trying to rise. At best, it can move towards 2.3, which is also lower highs here. And thus, forming this flag, it can give a breakout very, very soon. On the 2-hour charts, it is still bullish. The stochastic is showing a rise, while the MACD is still bearish. The RSI is also showing a little rise. On the 3-hour charts, similar observation, see rise retracement, rise retracement, rise retracement. Now it is taking the support from 20 period and trying to bounce back. So yes, if you see it is staying about 2.26, you can buy, but then 2.28, 2.3 are the two critical levels it needs to break in order to stay bullish. The stochastic rising, MACD is still bearish. RSI is also showing a little up move. Coming to 4-hour charts, the observation is more or less same what we have seen on the 3-hour charts, rise, retracement, support from the 20 period, trying to bounce back. We can look forward to a double top. Yes, the indicators are suggestive of bullishness, but the MACD is the one which is crossed over and which is still looking downwards after a good rise here. So yes, it is delivering waves and it is looking forward to the bottom of this wave. This is only a concerning point. RSI coming out of the overbought zone. Coming to the daily. Now look at the daily chart. See, yes, this gap is filled. Couple of retracement candles were seen. Also, you can see diminishing bullishness. Today it has started the day on a with the higher lows, looking upwards. So possibility of a retracement towards 2.3 can be expected. But as long as it stays above 2.23, 2.22 zone. Below 2.22, we are looking forward to a good correction, which can in fact take it towards 2.2, 2.18. Be watchful. It has still got a further room on the downside for it to retrace. The stochastic dropping here, MACD rising and RSI rising. Considering this, I will recommend you to buy net gas. If you see it is staying about 2.2, expect 2.28, 2.3. And once it stays about 2.3, chances of it moving towards 2.3435 will be very, very high. On the downside, I will recommend a selling entry now at 2.23, 2.22 zone, where it is going to get maximum support. Below 2.23, 2.22, 2.2 and 2.18 are the two maximum support, and then the third one is at 2.15. Only and only if it trades below 2.15, slight bearishness can be expected. Take your trades accordingly. Time for a look at indices. Now first we'll start with S&P 5. See, S&P today throughout it has stayed muted. It has failed to break beyond 5440, and in fact on the downside 5430 are still very much respected. Very clear, as we have seen earlier in the day, 5440, 5450, 5440, 5450 are very strong resistances for S&P. Now see, this consolidation still suggests that it has waited for the moving average to climb up. It can kiss this and reverse. This one point you should wait for, because right now, yes, it has not shown any bearish sign. The stochastic is rising here, but the MACD has crossed over, trading with divergence. This suggests bearishness. RSI is staying overbought. On the 2-hour charts also, if you look at, see on the 2-hour charts, another way to look at it is here, rise, retracement, or you can say sideways bullish channel. Then a rise, it is trading with a sideways bullish channel. Also, it is at the peak of it. So now 5450, 5460 is the zone which has to be a caution zone for us. If you look at the 2-hour charts also, it is getting a stronger resistance here. So thus, as long as it respects 5440, we should not be initiating a buy. Possibly this could be a reversal sign and the prices could start to retrace towards 5400 levels. The stochastic has dropped. MACD is on the verge of a crossover and this is a bearish sign. RSI is extremely overbought, so it can cool down. On the 3-hour chart, the observation is not very different. It is consolidating. Wait for it to drop below 5425. That is the point you can take a selling entry. And then below that, you can expect 5410, 5380. 5380, very good support exists at 5380, 5390. Only bearishness in S&P today is if it breaks below 5350. That should be the point you can say now it is reversed. Yes, it is forming a cusp, but it has to form a little tail here such that it can continue on the downside. Right now, it is very much in the bullish channel here. If you look at the stochastic, this is overbought. The MACD is also bullish. The RSI is at the top. On the 4-hour charts, if you look at, the observation is more or less same here. See the drop here, and then after this consolidation zone, another breakout. Now it is consolidating. It can give another breakout. So yes, it is still trading bullish. And second thing here is the bullishness getting diminished. This is one part. Second part is the crossover in the moving averages. And this is a bullish cross. Thus, as long as today 5350 levels are not taken, we should not be trading S&P as bearish. The stochastic overbought here, MACD rising, RSI is top. Coming to on the daily charts, remember one point, crossover here on the daily charts, this is a bearish cross. Second thing is, what has happened today? It has started the day on with slight bullishness and it is still staying on the bullish zone. Very little movement is seen so far. Third thing here is it is still trading in this bearish channel for long now. And this is an expanding triangle here. The downside is wide open. Thus today, it could be the beginning of reversal. We have to be watchful. Stochastic overbought, but MACD is one thing which is just crossed over and which is looking upwards. MACD suggests that there is further up move available, but if it can stay here on the upside for long, it can stay here for the downside as well. RSI rising. Considering this, very simple, I will recommend you to buy here at 5445 levels and sell at 5425 for this 20 points. Do not take a position above 5445. We can look forward to 5455, 5460 as the first target zone, 547580 as the second, and 5500 will be seen. Chances for this appears to be less. On the downside, I will recommend a selling entry at 5425. Expect 5410, 5405. First target zone, 5385, 5380 next, and then 5350. Only below 5350, you should treat this as bearish. Take your trades accordingly. Let's have a look at Nasdaq. If you look at Tech 100 on the hourly chart, see after the rise, it is just traded in this nice flag formation. It is not showing any significant signs of bearishness. Only bearishness today in Tech 100 is if you see it is staying below 18940 levels. That is the point of time you can say now it is turning bearish. What is happening here? It is delivering lower highs, lower lows, and forming a nice flag here. Now, if you look at the formation, drop, retracement, and a very good resistance is seen in Tech 100 at around 19020, 19060 zone. This zone is going to remain critical for Tech 100. The stochastic rising, while the MACD has crossed over, it is showing slight signs of bearishness. If you look at the RSI, this has also come out of the overbought zone. Coming to 2-hour charts, see on the 2-hour charts, look at the formation. After the rise, it has stayed there in the zone, then a rise, then it is staying in the zone, waiting for a breakout either which ways, either on the upside or on the downside. Any move beyond 19060, just stay long. While on the downside, it is only below 18940 where you can say that the bears will take over and then we can look forward to a retracement. What is happening on the 2-hour charts? Just consolidating its position here. The stochastic has dropped here. MACD is on the verge of a crossover for sell, not yet crossed over. RSI is staying overbought. Coming to 3-hour charts, on the 3-hour chart, similar observation, drop, retracement, drop, consolidation here. Wait for a breakout either which ways. Now also look at the formation. After this sharp drop, it is retraced enough. It has come to the zone and now possibility of a down move exists. But right now there are no signs of a reversal. Moving averages have also crossed over. This is also trading bullish. Stochastic has dropped here. The MACD, see first cross, second cross, and the third cross. Whenever it happens, then you can say it is turning bearish. So wait for this to cross over. RSI overbought. Coming to 4-hour charts, the observation is more or less same. Only one thing to note, lower highs are seen. First bearish candle, this could be a reversal sign and this could be the first drop candle here. So as long as 19050 not taken, you have to be careful on the upside. Stochastic overbought, MACD rising, RSI near to top. Coming to daily. Now look at the daily charts. What has happened here? See, first of all, we have predicted that it has hit the lows. It is going to rise. Yesterday also I mentioned one bullish candle, second will appear. But now it is at the verge of deciding which direction it wants to take, because see, this is going to be a breakout out of this flag formation, or you can see out of this bearish channel. So today is going to be the decisive day. Any move beyond 19060 is stay long for 150, 19220, and in fact higher levels are also possible. It can move towards 19400, 500 as well. The stochastic though is overbought, but the MACD has just crossed over at the bottom and it is looking upwards and it is trading bullish. RSI is rising. Considering this, I will recommend you to buy at 19040 levels, expected to move towards 19100 and 19100 120 first target zone, 19160 second, and in fact we can look forward to 19220 levels. Beyond 19220, bulls will take over completely. Do not think of selling tech 100 above 19220 levels. We can look forward to 19350 and 400. While I can say that there has to be a down move which has to be there. So far for the day we have not seen such down move. Thus, to capture it, you can sell here at 18970, 965 levels and expect it to keep moving towards 18949 31st target zone, 18900 880 the second, and if it drops below this, just stay short for 18820 800 levels, and below that a crash will appear. Take your trades accordingly. Now let's have a look at Dow Jones. US30 on the hourly chart. See, after hitting the peak, it is just willing to take the support from the 20 period moving average, willing to come down towards 39,730, 720. Any drop below 39,680, 650 is a sign that it is reversing, and then you can look forward to 39,600. Very, very good support. Below 39,600 is where the bears are waiting, and then you can look forward to a correction or a drop. Stochastic has dropped here. MACD is crossed over for a sell. RSI is dropping here. Signs of bearishness. On the 2-hour charts also, if you look at, see, after this bigger drop, it is trading in this retracement channel. It has hit the highs and it now looking downwards. Possibly it could hit the lows, which is now at 39,200, 39,000 levels. The stochastic looking downwards, MACD trying to converge, and RSI is dropping here. Coming to 3-hour. Now look at 3-hour chart. See, a sign of reversal is seen here. You can see this shooting star formation here. And the preceding candle was a swing candle. Current candle started with a little bearishness. Wait for it to drop below 39,730, 720. Just stay short below that 39,650, 600, and in fact 39,500 levels should be there. Below 39,500 is where the bears will take over completely. Stochastic dropping, MACD is in green, RSI is flat. Coming to 4-hour. Likewise on the 4-hour charts here, yes, higher lows, higher highs. Now it is willing to breach 39,730, 720, ideal selling entry, 39,600, 500, very good support. Below that, a stronger crash. The stochastic overbought, MACD rising, RSI flat. Coming to daily charts, and remember earlier in the day I have mentioned any move beyond 39,840. So that is the point above which you can initiate a buying entry. 39,840 going to remain critical. On the daily charts, after the rise, consolidation, first bullish candle, it has the potential for second bullish candle. But I have my apprehensions for it, though it is looking upwards, though it is rising. And thus, once it stays beyond 39,840, just stay long. We will look forward to 40,000 levels for sure. And beyond 40,000 is where the bulls will take over completely. Stochastic, though, is overbought, but the MACD is convergent. MACD is willing to cross over, and the RSI is flat. Considering this, very simple, sell at 39,720 and buy at 39,840. In between these 120 points, do not take a position above 39,840. Stay long. We can in fact wait for 40,000, 40,100, and in fact 40,000. 200 levels are also possible. Beyond that, sky is the limit. On the downside, below 39,720, you can look forward to 39,660, 600, and then 39,500. If it breaks 39,500, stay short, stay bearish. Take your trades accordingly. Like, share, subscribe, and comment. Join my mentorship batch. Join my signals channel. Reach out to me for your queries related to the services. Join the free Telegram channel for live updates, and join the channel memberships. Do not miss to watch every day the first update with the Asia and Europe session. Thank you. Have a great profitable trading day. Thank